Hey, what's up everybody? 3D Theory here. It is July 18th, 2024 at 9:37 a.m. This is vlog number 7. And we got our prints ready to be taken off, and we're just going to go through the morning routine. Since we're not printing right this second, I'm actually going to turn off this fan for the time being. And it is 79.7 degrees Fahrenheit in the printer room. Where's Palpatine? Let's get these prints off the print bed. And I think also we're going to have to clear out some space for the new AMS A1 that I got. Automatic Materials System. So there's a lot of stuff on this rack that I don't really touch for a long period of time. And those things I feel like can be boxed. The filaments can be put there. And I think the AMS can go here. All right, that sounds like a good plan. All right, so I'm gonna take these off. This one's looking great. This one on the right, the number 2 here, the printer number 2, really gives me such a good result with this. This one I sometimes get a little bit of that stringing over here. Yeah, see there's always like 3 little things poking out right here. But again, that's all right. Still looks fantastic. I really love it. And someone actually had a question in the comments, which I still need to respond to in the comments. I try to get to you guys' comments as quickly as possible. Sometimes there's a bit of a delay, but I try to read all the comments. And one of them was, how do you get your prints to look so smooth and clean? I think that was the question. Well, my answer to that is that, for one, I use PETG. So if you don't use PETG and you're using PLA, you might not get that glossy, smooth finish. Another thing is that print temperatures. So I've printed these out on the CR10 SE, and they had a little bit more of a matte finish. And I think because I had to adjust the settings in a manual way, maybe my fan was too high, and when your fan speed is too high for PETG, it comes out matte, but when it's low enough, you find that right balance, you get a nice glossy smooth finish. But again, PETG's properties themselves are shinier than PLA if you're used to using PLA. And I think really what it boils down to is the type of printer you're using. I have never seen my prints come out so smooth, shiny, and beautiful on any other machine than this printer here. Yeah, I did get some really clean prints with the CR6 Max and the CR10 Smart with PLA. Pretty close, but just the very fact that this is PETG, it has a gloss and a shininess on a whole nother level. So keep that in mind. And yeah, that's pretty much why. It's the Bambu Lab combined with its normal PETG settings and the fact that I'm using PETG. Oh, and another reason would be, I think, is temperature. When you strike the right temperature when printing, when I say temperature, I mean the nozzle, it also contributes to the shininess and the smoothness. And one other thing, but it's not really, I don't think it's really relevant to this printer because it prints fast, but if you print slower, and that's one of the reasons why the CR6 Max and the CR10 Smart print out really nice prints as well, where it has a smooth and clean finish, is because it prints slower. But again, these are fine-tuned machines, these Bambu Labs machines. And so I really think they hit a real good balance with their PETG settings, because this is just generic PETG settings. Not gonna lie, with that fan off, it got hot pretty quick. It jumped a degree in temperature. So I'm gonna turn that fan back on actually. All right. You see, that's the beauty of these Bambu Lab printers. Honestly, like, I had to do such little tweaking. Actually, I had to do almost zero tweaking. I did increase the number of walls for strength, and just like a couple of things for my own purposes. But as for the quality of the print, its generic settings gave me this result. And as soon as I got the first print off the print bed, after having printed with the CR10SE for I think about a month or two, as soon as I got the first print off the print bed, I knew immediately that, wow, the quality of these prints are just out of this world. Just generic. And so it really takes out the need to like sit there and fine tune and adjust and all that stuff. I did, however, need to adjust tolerances, because I think I mentioned in one of my previous vlogs too that going from printer to printer, even the same printer to a different same printer, like if I have a CR10SE to another CR10SE, the tolerances were slightly different, just ever so slightly. So you gotta go through like a pretty rigorous, or at least I went through a pretty rigorous testing phase with tolerances, and I had to print out maybe like 10 or 12 latches just to make sure I get that looseness I like, where it also doesn't wobble in there. And I had to do it with the CR10SE, and when I got the Bambu Lab A1, I had to also do it with the Bambu Lab A1. But I got a fine balance now. And I had to adjust it in the 3D model. That's what I'm referring to. Per the usual, just take these off. I really tried to take it off with my, whatever I got with my nails. But it's kind of hard with your nails. But I've seen people just rip it right off. Let's see. Nah. This to me is a little easier. Let me just get these prints started. By the way, finally printer number 3 needed to have its Y-axis lubricated, its Y guide rail. So I did that yesterday. It was the second print midday. It needed a lubrication, so I used that 3-in-1 oil from WD-40. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing with these. Just take those off. See, this one got a little bit more stuck. I don't know why. Yeah, this one feels a little more stuck than the bottom one. But again, no biggie. All right, let's get this started. And clean this one out. It's getting hotter and hotter here in Southern California. But I do like the warmth. All right, so let's get the left latch going. All right. All right, guys, I got an empty box here, and I could only wait so long to clear out this shelving unit. I think it's needed to get that new printer in here. I gotta free up some space, you know. So I'm gonna do that today. Again, there's just a lot of stuff that I don't really use on this rack. So hopefully that box will be big enough to store a lot of this stuff here. A lot of this stuff is decorative. Like all my prints and all that, I just keep it up there because it looks cool and I enjoy seeing it. But right now I need some utility space, so I'm gonna have to clear this out. The thing I want to mention is, yesterday as I was emptying out these purge buckets, also known as poop buckets, I was thinking to myself, wow, these are a lot of little, you know, little bits of filament that are being tossed out a lot. And then I asked myself, well, compared to all the failed prints that you had to do with the Creality CR10SEs, do you think that these purges are more filament than those failed prints? And to answer your question, no, the purges are not more filament wasted than the failed prints from the CR10 SE, because I had so many failed prints with the CR10 SE and that just went to the trash. I couldn't do anything with it. But with these purged filaments, it's, for one, a smaller amount of filament being used, and two, they're ensuring that I get good quality prints. Alright, I think stacking them like this would probably give me the most space, because I could stack up high and across as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and stack these. And you know, I was thinking to myself that Creality's printers, these CR6 Maxes and the CR10 Smarts, they were really good printers. And I feel like they reached the end of an era, meaning they tweaked their printers so much so until at a certain point they reached a peak where they achieved the results they were going for. No bed leveling required, or automatic bed leveling, no manual bed leveling required. And we were getting some pretty nice prints. And that was the end of an era. And then these faster printers came in and really took over the scene. And if you're not creating fast printers that do a good job, I think you're kind of behind in the race, if you will. And so with Bambu coming out and setting the tone with these new fast printers, quality wise, speed wise, and all that, I think Creality's catching up. Hopefully they do catch up, but as of now, I really love these Bambu Lab printers. I intend on getting more when the time is right. I really got fed up with the user testing that we're having to do as Creality users. And like I said, that Creality CR10 SE, or sorry, not the SE, S5, really left a bitter taste in my mouth, because it had been 6 months where I was telling them that, hey guys, I really want to return this printer. It's got a lot of faults and I just can't fix it. I'm really trying. And they didn't want to, and they just kept kind of ignoring whenever I said, hey guys, can I just get a return? I'm still in the 1-year warranty window, and they didn't want to. So it is what it is. It was still fun working with Creality printers, and I got a couple that I love. But yeah, as one of the commenters said, Bambu Lab is the way. All right, I think we did a good job here. Got all the filaments there. I moved off some of the stuff, and I actually kept these. I really wanted those still there, so I kept those there. And the bottom two I haven't touched. There's just some stuff in this box that I'm not going to be using daily and are just kind of there. But other than that, yeah, we're ready to go. I can bring that new Bambu Lab A1 with the AMS system over here, and I think it'll fit just fine. All right, I'm going to go ahead and clear off this area. You'll notice I got 2 rags. One is for really dirty tabletops that really have a lot of gunk and dirt built up, and the blue one is actually just for clean print beds. So after I take all the filament off and the test prints and all that, I just go ahead and I wipe it down with that blue one. So I try to keep that a little cleaner than this yellow one here. All right. My only concern is it's close to the fan. Maybe I can keep the filament on this side and put the printer further away from the fan. Or I can just put it on this side and keep my tools there. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to do. Because the Creality CR10 Smart was here, and dirt inevitably coming through the window over time settled on the Creality CR10 Smart, so I found myself cleaning it a lot, and I don't want to do the same thing with the Bambu Lab A1. So I'll set up the machine here, the AMS here, and I'll keep my tools over there. Guys, there it is. I'm just so excited to print with different colors. I do use different colors to print with, but I had to glue it on. But I'm just so excited to be able to use this thing and print with different colors without having to glue anything. All right, guys. Well, that about wraps it up with today's vlog. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, guys, peace, love, and joy.